Okay, everybody. Today, I'm hoping to solve a problem which we have. How do you find a submarine when it's underwater? Or better yet, how do we get telemetry, at least the battery strength telemetry, from a submarine while it's underwater? And I'm not talking about periscope depth, I'm talking about while it's underwater. And unfortunately, you can't really get telemetry from a 915 megahertz sub while it's underwater. I mean, you may be able to get it a foot down, but once it goes below a foot, you're going to probably lose the telemetry signal. Now, the main reason for that is I checked around and I called up Free Sky, and Free Sky said that all their receivers run telemetry back to the transmitter at only 25 milliwatts, which is low power. It's designed for basically drones and planes that are lost in the woods, and the only thing between you and your drone is maybe a few trees, if that. It's mostly just air in between. But with us running submarines, we have an issue. There's water in between you and your receiver. Now, I prefer TBS Crossfire receivers over Free Sky receivers. But Free Sky, that they're dual 915 and 2.4 gigahertz receivers, they're awesome. So you can use those, continue. But the main problem is they're still only running 25 milliwatts of power back to the transmitter. So I checked to see if other ones, other companies, and they all told me 25 milliwatts. So none of these receivers here can deliver more than 25 milliwatts. Even though this one in particular has what's called the beacon mode, and let's say there's a TBS Crossfire Nano diversity receiver, meaning it uses two antennas. And this is what a lot of airplane people use that run airplanes long distances. And this is very good because these TBS Crossfire receivers are a little bit more sensitive than other receivers, but they do cost more. Hence, that's a down thing. Like this one here is like 125, 130 bucks, I think. But this is the little brother of it. It's the same receiver it's in here, except for you have to solder it together and stuff like that. But even with this one having the beacon mode, it's still only 25 milliwatts. So you're not going to be able to have a reading on this from your transmitter saying, oh, your telemetry is like 50% or whatever. But there is one, after asking around, I talked to TBS Crossfire people, and they said, this one. This is just a daughter board. Again, you have to solder all this stuff on. You have to solder this. You have to solder all these plugs, because you plug the main power into this daughter board. And then this receiver, which is smaller than a freaking post stamp, and it has just one antenna wire. And this is the antenna I use on my submarines. But as you can see, I have a little extension so I can put this antenna anywhere I want. But this receiver outputs 500 milliwatts of power back to the transmitter for telemetry. So I see no reason why, when you're controlling it with 500 milliwatts, that you will not be able to at least read the battery, how strong the battery is, all the time on your transmitter live from the receiver. Plus, let's say your prop falls off or your ballast pump dies or something like that. Or just say plainly, you just went a little too deep and you got stuck in the weeds in the water and your fail-safe doesn't work to blow out your ballast and it's stuck underneath there. But your transmitter is still receiving a signal from this receiver. Well then, I believe if you just simply swap out the regular antenna on your transmitter and put in a directional antenna, one of those flat rectangular ones, and put it on there, and if you just aim the antenna, like move your transmitter from left to right, and the power of the signal strength should go up and down. And then you just stop when the signal is maximum signal that you're getting from the receiver. And then you just simply put something on the ground to mark the spot. And you walk somewhere else on the pond or lake, whatever, and you take another reading, get the bearing off that. Between those two bearings, you should be able to find your sub. At least I think so. I haven't tried this, but I am going to put this receiver in one of my watertight boxes with a battery, weigh it down, and then put fishing string on it, and have my friend throw it in the, this is how this antenna hooks up right here, and throw it in the pond somewhere. And then once he's done doing that, I'm going to see if I can track down where this box is in the water. So if it works, I'll let you know. If it doesn't work, then I'll still let you know, saying it was a total failure. But that's my reasoning. So with 500 milliwatts going back to the transmitter, and as long as the power to the receiver always stays on, you should be able to, I think, track down your sub.